What's up, nerds? Oh, shit. The bit.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Back again.
Guess who's back?
Me.
Correct.
Yeah. I had
Uh,
a good time.
Outstanding. Did you get up to shenanigans?
Well, I watched a bunch of Amphibia, and I
Mm-hmm.
watched Hocus Pocus 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched part of a TV show that's on Disney Plus called Big Shot, where John Stamos looks like he has to poop a lot. He does like this face. He's like a like NCAA college basketball coach, but he threw a chair at a ref, and so he has to teach at this private girls' high school now.
Uh-huh.
Teach their basketball squad, and they all think he's hot.
Huh.
And it's not good. It's 2 seasons.
Problematic.
It's not good.
I've been watching Andor,
Yes.
and since when was Star Wars on Disney good? It's honestly great. I
I
loved
don't
it.
know. I'm. You know what? I've just been deeply in love with Fiona Shaw for like the last 5 years. Just
Oh.
It's like Killing Eve. We've got Andor. What else has she been in? She's been just doing so much stuff recently.
I need to look her up then, because I can't put a name to a face.
She's Andor's lady
Oh.
mom.
Yeah. Right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Killing Eve, Enola Holmes. haven't
Yes,
seen
I was
that.
watching Enola Holmes yesterday.
Oh,
Oh man, it's so weird. I watched Heather's last night, and it's not the first time I've had this realization. It's just like, wow, Millie Bobby Brown is like a baby Winona Ryder. Like
they look alike?
they look so much alike.
I wonder how much that's... Because, like, Millie Bobby Brown is, like, doing her hair quite blonde, right?
Now,
I wonder
yeah.
if that's a very deliberate thing so that she doesn't look like... I don't know.
It's the style of the time. I don't know.
Also, she was in Fleabag, too.
Yeah.
Was she the mother-in-law? No.
No.
God, what a good show. Fleabag's counselor?
Yeah. There you
Huh.
go.
Well, there you go then.
Mm-hmm.
If you
So
haven't
good.
watched Fleabag, watch Fleabag.
If you like the worst sex on TV. Oh.
Right? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's exquisitely painful
Mm-hmm.
and also incredibly funny. Like, oh,
Yeah, but I'm not gonna forgive them for killing Eve.
I should probably watch that.
Just skip the last episode.
Oh,
Just don't. It's not worth it.
fair.
Don't toy with my emotions, people. Or I will disrecommend your TV show.
Dear God.
Don't be killing the lesbians.
Hmm.
Even in a show called Killing Eve. How dare.
Well,
Well,
we are back this week with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.
we continue our adventures being friends with an enemy and solving mysteries and having fun.
Yeah, we are just out there having adventures on this new planet and everything is going to go great.
Yes.
I mean, lots and lots of people are dying.
Yeah.
Like, the population of this colony has just, like, ticked down over...
We started with like 5 people and we're down to 3. It's fine.
Yeah. It's been halved, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a baby boom at some point. And then some of those kids are going to live.
Well, didn't Tammy die? She's the one that has baby.
Yeah. I mean...
I don't think
True.
anyone's gonna be. I think Nugget's like the last the last of the colonists.
The last of the people who were like, yeah, I want to have children. Everyone else is like, oh, God, no. I'm too busy living my life.
Mm-hmm. Gotta dig in the dirt.
Yep.
Gotta dig in the dirt a lot.
Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Okay. I will be piloting this week.
It is up. Yeah, scooch yourself.
I shall scooch. Okay.
Oh, right, we had a pet.
Yep, we do.
And our pet's name. We can see it in the cards collection.
Here. Freaky.
No, that's not our pet's name.
It is a freaky.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
We'll never know.
Now, what did we want to do?
Perception's almost topped off to another perk.
Yeah?
Squidly Feederson.
Sorry?
Squidly Feederson. Virgil got it.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. Where do we learn perception? Outdoors? On expeditions?
Yeah, you can do expeditions. Do we have full expeditions yet? We've only got nearby. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
We gotta age up a little bit.
Yeah. And we can, like...
Oh, also we need a nap.
Yeah, look at us. Oh, well, let's go talk to Tang. Tangent is deep in conversation with one of the other scientists. He seems to be consoling her, though Tangent's face betrays no emotion as he claps her on the shoulder and reassures her that she's doing really well for someone so young, and that everyone compromised some of their samples when they were first learning. He leaves, and Tangent sighs as she goes to put her head in her hands, stopping short when she realizes she's still wearing gloves. She peels them off and digs her fingers into her eyes.
And then hucks a loogie into her samples. Play it cool or play it cool?
Let's just be open and honest. I'm fine, Tangent replies immediately. I compromised an experiment I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. She sniffs. It's so gross here, she says. I probably did that fungus a favor. Oh, you don't mean that. Tangent takes a bottle of sanitizer from under her workbench and cleans while she speaks. There are pollen spores everywhere, she whines. And he comes over here and tells me it'll be okay, Tang? Like it's his job to console and patronize me? But it is okay to make mistakes.
Not if you're Tangent.
What should we say to her then?
I agree with you.
Right. Yeah, Tangent doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes when people disagree with her.
No.
You both sigh in unison. I hate being young, she says bitterly. Why don't they understand that we have higher expectations for ourselves than they do? I need to learn from my own failures. What I don't need, she continues icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me it's okay and the adults will make it all better. I'm messed up, she says. Just let me fix it. Don't make a big deal about it like I'm a child with a boo-boo.
Dark Angel, I've played 2 full runs, and I'm on the 3rd run, but I have turned off the card game for myself because it just takes time.
Relax in the lounge?
Yeah.
Forget one memory.
Optional.
Who do you hang out with, Mars or Dis?
Give me that smelly boy.
You plop down beside Dis, who's listening to music in his hearspeak and ignoring everything else in the lounge with dogged determination. When it becomes obvious that you're not just going to leave him alone, he turns off his music with a huff. What do you want? You ask him what he's listening to, and he replies, it's just some old Earth music. You probably won't like it. All you have is Earth music unless you want to listen to the space shanties the adults made up in the last 20 years. So you don't know what he's talking about. You tell him to give you a little credit. He rolls his eyes, but lets you sync your hearspeak to his. Grungy-sounding rock music fills your skull. You spend a few hours passing music recommendations back and forth, lost in your own private soundscape.
Chris Gaines.
Black hole sun, won't she come?
Chris Cornell, isn't it?
Yep. Do we just want to get rid of low scores? Low cards?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know quite what the strat is with overall deck building.
Well, we have gear that adds modifiers to certain types of things, and then
Right.
there's certain challenges that will give buffs to certain colors.
Okay. Right, yes. So, we don't have a whole lot of yellow cards, or yellow stats. Presumably, I guess we want to keep our red cards. Does that make sense? Since our red is high?
But we don't have to play with our red cards.
Right. Okay.
And we have higher value red cards.
Right. What did I click on? There. Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad this morning. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now that the pollen is back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. Hey kiddo, what brings you out here? Dad, you have to wear your respirator. Your dad makes blah 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 motions with his hands. I do, don't look at me like that. I'm just getting some fresh air. It's hard to breathe with that thing on. I'm racing to get these pixie beans into the ground, he continues. We're all set to have a great harvest in time for Verdum now. Yeah. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. Truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. Hey, what do you say you and I go out for a little walk? He says, brightening. I know you don't get outside the walls much either, but we could do a little nature walk. I study all the plants the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in the wild.
Sounds like a great idea, Dad. Let's walk off into the wilderness.
But, well, you have lungs full of mung. Awesome, your dad exclaims. I knew you'd pick up what I'm throwing down. Your mom doesn't see the draw, he continues, flipping his shovel up onto his shoulder and picking his way carefully out of the upturned fields. They like what we can control, you know? But there's a whole planet out there, and I want to go explore.
He's gonna climb a tree all the way to the tippy top and then just stand there waving his arms out so a predator can come by and eat him.
Like, I've just felt compelled ever since my allergies kicked up to climb the highest object I can find. Also, I've got this strange headache.
I should definitely go outside.
Yeah. I just wanted to climb the tower, but there's a tree outside that looks slightly taller. I think it would help my headache. He stops and doubles over, suddenly racked with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he just starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in the air swirls and eddies around you both. Maybe you should stay indoors, Dad. Oh. Your dad wheezes. You're just like Instance, that's old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger, he was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, oh god, that was nasty.
Collect something in your gullet.
Yeah, just like
just in your crop.
You know that thing that dangles down the back of your throat? It just like
Uvula?
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like somebody woofed it like a bed sheet. Despite his brave words, he is to hold on to you for balance as he catches his breath again. Okay, maybe now's not the best time, he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But you and me, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Whew, he says, eyes red-rimmed and streaming from irritation. I can't wait until Instance figures out a treatment for the shimmer thing. She says maybe next year, maybe the one after that. I'm gonna be first in line, you bet. Just wear your goddamn mask, Dad. Ugh.
But it's hard to breathe. I think I need to go outside of the walls, climb a very tall tree where the air is thinner. I'm sure I'll be able to breathe clearly up high.
Look, it's just pure logic. The pollen comes out of the trees and then goes down.
Down.
So if
right?
you climb to the top of the tree, 0 pollen. You just have to use your brain.
And not wear a
Use
mask.
your brain.
Open all the windows. Just roll around on the ground a little bit. If you're coated in fungus, it can't get in.
Exactly. You can't argue with that logic. What do we feel like doing?
Sports ball?
Sports ball?
Sports ball?
Defense, let's see. Combat animals. Bravery, toughness. Bravery. Oh, there it is. It's an empathy skill. What do we think? I guess defense training is the advanced one, or...
What do you mean advanced?
Well, there's usually like a skill that you get when you're young, or an
Right.
activity you can do when you're young. For example, we could do science or humanities.
Yeah, no, it's just a different physical stat.
Okay. Let's just play some sports ball? Or actually, is there anything else that we could learn?
I mean, we can go check geoponics, do some digging. We can
Well,
continue our studies.
we could.
Life
Tutor
sciences.
children. Reasoning and empathy.
Those are both pretty close too.
Yeah.
But then we have to touch the sticky kid.
Creativity and persuasion. We have none of those. I mean, we've never done it. Do you mind if I do it
Go for
once? Okay.
Yeah, no, we're not min-maxing or anything, and you don't need to.
Okay. You show up to a class to find congruence teaching a classroom of younger children. Instance is nowhere to be found. In the absence of further direction, you settle in to help the students with their work. After half an hour, Instance pokes her head into the classroom. Oh, good, you're already here, she says. Actually, hold on. What does Instance sound like? Oh, good, you're already here, she says. I trust you'll be able to handle yourself in all subjects and with students of all ages. Ask congruence if you need any help. She turns to leave, but stops and turns back to you. Thank you, Marginalia, she says quietly. Since Professor Hall died, well, congruence and myself are poor replacements for him. I'm grateful for your help. Congruence in me, Instance. Congruence in me. You wouldn't say, myself is a poor replacement for him. Get it right. It's important. You settle in to help the younger students learn how to use their holopalms to access the HoloNet, Congruence's massive database. Congruence is everything they could ever need. Music, movies, games, novels, and comics. A calculator, a timer, an encyclopedia. Or Congruence and I?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's fine. It's
Brain, wow. Congruence and I, yeah.
Just go with the confidence.
Look, just bludgeon your way through it. And if you do it correctly, people are just like, I don't have the fucking energy to deal with this right now. And then you get to be right.
Just make yourself a bigger obstacle than the problem.
Yeah. Politics. Specialized tools for different jobs like architectural holograms. It's a massively powerful tool and it's in their literal hands. They're mostly interested in the games. I mean, yeah, I remember being 9. Actually, that's a lie.
You don't remember being 9? Just a
No.
blank in your memory?
Yeah. I don't really remember yesterday. Some understand it less than others. Why do we gotta read about stuff? Nougat whines, poking dejectedly at her holoscreen. The skin around her newly implanted holopalm looks a little red, like she keeps picking at it. I just want to go play. That looks infected. You take a closer look at Nougat's holopalm implant. The edges where it meets the skin are peeling back, and it looks red and puffy. No wonder she's having a hard time concentrating. It looks like it really hurts. You take her to medbay, put some antibiotic cream on it, and wrap her hand so she stops picking at it. She's excused from this lesson until her implant heals properly, so you spend some time with her afterwards showing her how your own holopalm works. The quieter environment at the medbay seems to help her concentrate, and soon she's zipping through Congruence's archives on her own. Looks like you're pretty good at this tutoring business. We didn't. No child's gonna die on our watch. I love how it looks like she's got a little plant growing out of the top of her head.
Yes. She looks like a Pokemon. She's a human Pokemon.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, we're just allowed to...
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, pair those 5s. Nice, 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 nice.
I would like to just win.
1 win, please.
You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life full of discoveries and possibilities when children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, Congruence gave your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your bodies would experience in the next few years. Which part of the presentation was relevant to you?
Smooth.
Yeah, we're just...
Very smooth.
We don't do any of that. That doesn't happen to us. Thanks to gene tech, your body doesn't need to conform to expectations for sex and gender. It's the future. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future that it didn't really apply to you. You put it out of your mind, even as you noticed Cal's voice begin to drop, or Mars starting to dress differently. Until one morning you wake up and... I feel different. You can tell you're in a weird mood before you even open your eyes. The sounds of your parents moving around your quarters irritates you. Why can't they be quiet? Oh, God. Why do you have to live in the same room? Can't they just leave you alone? You throw back your privacy curtain and snap at them to shut up! Your mom and dad blink at you in shock for a few seconds, then your mom goes red. Your mom's face goes red. Excuse me, kid. You do not speak to people like that. Yes!
You're not supposed to be!
Your mom opens your mouth. Your mom opens your mouth to yell at you. All right, this is what's happening. Just screams directly.
Right into the hole.
Yep.
Oh.
Your mom opens your mouth to yell at you, but your dad raises his hands for peace. Hey now, let's walk it back a bit, he says diplomatically. Martinella, you can't expect total silence when we all live together like this. If you're cranky in the mornings, you need to go to bed earlier. Teenagers need more sleep. Your mom opens her mouth again, but your dad continues. Lulu, we're trying to be quieter. Martinelli is telling us that they're starting to need more space, right? He's so reasonable, it just makes you even more angry. How dare he try to understand? You roll over in bed and skulk until they leave. You end up skulking for so long that you miss the window for breakfast in the canteen. So now you're hungry and upset. You scroll the colony social media to try to take your mind off whatever is going on with you today, and you happen to see a photo of your friends hanging out together in the construction lot beside engineer. That makes it worse. Your friends are having fun without you. Even though you choose to skip breakfast, it feels like a personal insult. How dare they? Don't they know you're sad? What is happening? You feel on the edge today, like everything that happens feels so unfair and tragic. Like you want to punch stuff and then cry about it. Like you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. It feels like a fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, Marginalia. God, being a teenager is fucking awful.
So Dalrent was asking about that weird dog. That weird dog that's following us, and that's our pet, Squidly Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
We tamed it with our animal skill.
We found him in a vent.
Enticed him out with our munchable-looking fingies.
We're delicious.
Our biology's almost all the way up, too.
Oh, it is.
To another
To another thing.
threshold.
Is there anything around the colony? I still really like the idea of our mom opening our mouth to yell at us.
Yeah. It's like,
Listen here, you little shit.
Did we get any closure on that weird animal that was maybe colonizing our friend's brain? No Smoke Fire asks. No.
We should probably go help with the greenhouse,
Sure.
maybe?
Yeah.
Um,
Xenobotany.
Yeah.
Xenobotany. Aliens.
Marginalia, can I get your help with something in the barn? Cal asks.
Barn.
You excuse yourself from planting and follow Cal. Something's wrong with Socks, Cal says, closing the door behind you. She won't eat and she cries all the time. You look into Socks' crate. She's almost too big for it now, even curled up in a ball. She raises her head and peeps miserably at you, then curls even tighter, her bulbous antennae drooping. Oh no. She looks paler, right? Cal says, coming up beside you. And she's always sleepy and cold. I don't know what to do. She won't eat leaves anymore or anything else I bring her. Potatoes, corn, wheat, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, broccoli, chicken, no, turkey, chicken, beans, greens. How does the song go?
Plankton. Fish. Sea
greens. And animals from the sea. She's been chewing on her box too, he says. I'm worried she's going to chew her way out and escape when I'm not here. Cal rubs Socks beneath her chin, but she barely responds to his touch. You've been outside the walls, right, Marginalia? Have you ever seen any animal like Socks? Full-grown ones? What do they eat? I'll look next time I'm surveying. Maybe you should let her go.
Maybe she's lonely.
I can't do that, Marginalia, Cal says. She's never lived in the wild. She probably doesn't even know how to survive out there. Cal closes the lid of the crate. I'm really worried, he says. I guess I'll keep looking.
Well, enough of that nonsense.
Yeah. That's debatable. All right, we biologized.
Let's see what that perk do.
Oh yeah, good point, Spade Slick. If you let Socks go, she's already habituated to humans and will approach the surveyors and get smushed. Collectibles respawn faster and more slots are filled.
Mushwood.
Maybe we should go outside the walls.
Okay.
We haven't done that in a while.
Survey the plains.
Survey the plains.
Ah. The wilderness. The untamed wilds. Uninhabited. Mysterious.
We've certainly never been out here before. You spy a creature that kind of reminds you of Cal's illicit pet, Socks. A dilly pillar, maybe? Except it's huge. Really, really long, like as long as the stratospheric. Enormous. Could it be the same? You aren't totally sure. You watch it using your holoculars. So far in the distance, it looks like a train crawling along on one of the great cliffs along the resting ridges to the west. It crawls down to the cliff face toward the Great Plains not far from you. Let's get close.
Run in there.
The dilly pillar totally ignores you. Up close it seems even bigger, definitely longer than even a spaceship. It moves slowly and you take care not to accidentally get in its way. It sniffs around the base of the cliff for a long time. The cliff is made of sparkling iridescent rock, almost the same shimmer as the dilly pillar's scales. Pretty. As you're admiring it, the dilly pillar starts to eat the rocks? It's grinding them down effortlessly with its enormous molars. When it leaves again, you fill your pockets with strange glittery stones. Better bring these to Cal.
Hey!
Ding, ding, ding. Spark snow is driving down and visibility is poor. You can barely see your hand in front of your face. Perception challenge.
Yes.
Not bad. We have 3 rounds?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Might as well add that yellow 0 in.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Can we...
Why?
Does it matter?
No, it'll
Okay.
it'll tell us at the top if we get kudos for matching the...
Okay. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, relying on your wayfaring and a bit of luck to make your way through, but you see something inexplicable. The heck is that? You squint into the driving snow, but all you see is white on white on white, and the slightest hint of movement. It doesn't even look corporeal, almost like a cloud, like the snow is coming from it. It's impossible to get a closer look. You pull your collar tighter against the storm and move on. But we...
It's snowing dandruff.
Gross. What does this music remind me of? FTL.
Oh, yeah.
Same composer?
I don't know.
No, Minecraft, actually. A little bit of Minecraft in here.
Little C418?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Drifts of spark snow make this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it, and you have to work to get them free with every step. The only way forward here is through an especially deep area. Playing in the snow? Let's take a break and play in the snow. That is not Ghost Dandruff. You make a snow buddy! Or at least, you try. The tiny blue crystals don't pack together very well, and the stuff quickly melts just from the heat of your body. The acidic snow gives you a hot, scratchy rash between your fingers. You probably should have worn gloves. You appraise your lumpy snow buddy. It looks a little sad. Maybe it just needs some accessories. With some twigs and grass and a weird kind of jelly you find seeping out of the ground, you give your buddy antlers and fur. Kind of looks like a snow bushbub? Bushbub?
Bushbub.
Bushbub.
From the bush.
Found this weird jelly seeping out of the ground. Better use it to make a snowman. Thing!
Melt the acid in my hands.
There's not much to find out here, but the peaceful atmosphere is great for contemplation. You find a particularly beautiful little plateau where you can see the plains spread out before you like a picnic blanket. Round lakes dotting the land like glimmering mirrors of sky. Dis is scouting further ahead. He was eager to find some adventure. Stop to meditate?
Yeah.
Or remember the spot for later? Let's remember the spot for later, actually. Oh, I guess that just leaves it there.
Yeah, it does.
You focus on the sounds around you, on your breathing, on the feeling of your butt on the rock, and the slightly cool breeze on your face. It's very peaceful. You can feel yourself relax as you become one with the planet.
Bushbub.
Something big suddenly bursts out of the jungle and scampers across the path in front of you. It looks like a miniature landslide, bush-covered stone being pulled forward by powerful arms. It's a bushbub. Bushbub.
Bushbub.
Bushbub. It's a bushbub because it lives in the bush and looks like a bush.
It's got a bush.
And hot on its heels is a second smaller one. These slow, thoughtful creatures are rarely so full of energy. They charge back and forth across the path as you wisely keep your distance from the powerful animals. But for all the crashing and stomping they're doing, they don't actually seem to be angry. You'd swear that they were actually being playful.
Let's watch
Get closer to watch.
Yes.
They seem to be playing a game of tag. When the chaser catches up to the runner, they reverse roles. They do it with such gusto that the surrounding underbrush is completely crushed in a flat circle. An almost perfect circle. Then all at once, the first one crouches down on the path and tucks its arms and head under the bushes on its back. You'd swear it was just a rock now. The second one circles the first several times, sniffing, then crouches in the same position. It might be your chance to get past them.
They gonna sex?
Keep watching? We get a card.
Yeah.
In perfect sync, the two creatures slowly stretch up and out, revealing their rocky bodies and reaching for surprisingly long necks into the sky. They begin to shake their bushes and rattle their antlers in rhythm, which each other as they stomp slowly around the clearing they made. You think they're dancing. The intensity of the dance increases. They're both shaking their backs so hard that some of their branches and fruit are flying loose. Instinctively, you reach out to grab a piece of fruit. At that moment, the dancers shift and... yow! One of them steps on your hand with the full force of its massive body. You let out a cry of pain and clutch your hand to your chest. Oh, that looks bad. The two creatures have been so intent on each other that they hadn't noticed you there. They're so startled and perhaps embarrassed that they take off running in opposite directions. Well, that was weird.
Well, we lost a hand, but...
Help me! I'm bleeding out! You almost bump into Dis. He's being so still and quiet, hunched over and looking down a little knoll. He shushes you and points. Don't scare them. You follow his fingers and see what looks like a bush shaking violently. Two bushes, actually, at opposite ends of the clearing. They look like they're bush bubs.
Shout and scare the bush bubs! Get out of here! No steppy.
From far away, they really do just look like plants and rocks. They're fighting over territory, Dis says. How do you know that? Dis shrugs. If you're quiet, you see them a lot. You watch the two creatures face off, rhythmically rustling the leaves that grow out of their heads and backs. Their gangly, branch-like antennae swing over their heads as they rear up to their full heights. Even from far away, they look imposing, like agile boulders. One goes, then the other. They watch each other carefully, alternating and repeating the other's motions, trying to outdo each other. Ultimately, the smaller, more graceful one seems to be declared the winner. The loser plops back down and shuffles away into the jungle defeated.
Man.
Oh, neat.
What?
The reflection in the water has text. The text above it.
Oh, cool.
You spot an enormous, unfamiliar flower. Large, waxy petals joined to form a basin brimming with goopy yellow gunk. The entire thing has a sticky, melty look. The awful stench of the juice permeates the area. It's like something died in there.
Welcome, MTG Goldfish and Raiders, and let's drink that goop. Let's drink it up. We're not cowards.
It's a pitcher plant. It's a pitcher plant, though.
Well, we've already rolled around in the acid.
Oh, it's just gonna be... smells horrendous. The taste is indescribable. The moment it hits the back of your mouth, you start gagging and salivating uncontrollably. Throwing up is a relief. Despite your initial discomfort, when you're done emptying your stomach, you realize you feel incredible. Like you've been totally cleansed inside and out. You feel invigorated. Oh no, we're going to start a health craze.
We've been juicing.
So what you do is you go and drink flour vomit. And then you purge. And then you trip balls. You just trip balls.
Works every time. I feel like a new person. Born again.
Ah!
SpongeBob!
No, Bushbub, leave us alone.
Don't drink it. It's bad.
Can we pair?
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh, round 1 of 3.
It's fine.
A pair. And then...
And then?
And then...
And then? Nailed it.
I love that we just have a card called Stress Cry. Relatable,
we
you know?
Didn't get one called like flower juice or purge or cleanse.
The funny creature rears up and stomps the ground intimidatingly, but by reading its body language, you realize it's just trying to move you away from the big flower. You back away slowly, talking softly to it. Good, Bushbub. I'm not actually trying at this point.
I'm trying.
You can keep your gross stink flower. It's all yours, buddy.
More life-saving nectar. Yeah, I think that's it.
Looks like it. Go home. It's Vertumnalia. Time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see at all one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. He actually is. Governor Udicott takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxophonar. Her voice has been getting weaker lately, and can't quite reach across the square the way it used to. I'm proud as always to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Udicott steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Your mom steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated Vertumnan crop. The crowd applauds, and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate 1/3 of our fields to them. So you'll also have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile fades. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident, she says. These pixie beans will make up for the losses we faced with our earth crops. Udicott's weedy voice rattles through the maxophonar. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in this year?
Okay, so the pixie beans are going to make everyone horny, but it'll be discovered that they, like, muck with teenage hormones.
Oh.
But I'd want to keep them. Like, I don't know if there's a way we can game it so that we keep eating them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know what happens.
Right.
So I'm curious in that direction. But we should...
Steal the science fair again?
Steal the science fair from Tang.
At what point will she just stop talking to us? Tangent's science fair is monstrously complicated. She gives a 20-minute speech about cell division in a few different vertumnant species that goes not just over your head, but the heads of everyone in the crowd. What is she even doing locked up in the lab all day? Instance is intrigued. She asks Tang a series of questions, soon honing in on something Tang overlooked. Tang is so upset with herself that she can barely finish answering.
Oh!
Dude.
Get ready for our volcano!
We're gonna have another baking soda volcano! I like the idea of just playing all sports cards for the science challenge.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like we could do, or could we do
2,
a 1, 2,
3,
3? Or 2, 3, 4? Yeah.
Yeah. You wanted to redraw your hand or something?
I mean, I don't think we're that borked yet.
And we can push it
Yeah.
as well.
Like, we could redraw our hand, because this is not a great one. Right?
Yeah, like we're looking for like 2 5s or an 8 and something, like a big heavy number to get us to 27.
Yeah, because that's totally doable.
Yeah.
Nope.
But it's not that bad because they're in color now.
Yeah. God, I love the idea of just using,
Just the red cards. Yep.
Yeah, just sports our way through this as hard as physically possible.
We're so strong.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us good at science.
Yep. We simply sportsed our way through the science fair. Your project this year is on power generation, explaining the ways the colony will be able to generate power once the nuclear engines eventually need to be turned off. You've compared the efficiencies of burning mushwood pellets, spark snow, or the thin oil they found under the southern swamps. You'd love to outfit the colony with solar power, but those panels are full of precious metals you haven't found alternatives for on Vertumna. You conclude that wind and hydroelectric power are the easiest to maintain and the most sustainable, impressing everyone with your working model of a hydroelectric dam.
We made a little tiny turbine.
Yeah, we just pour there's a cup of water and a water mill. And
Yeah, no, or it's just a pile of sand just blocking some water. It's like,
Yep.
And this is how a dam works. Water can't go through.
Science. Tang is just sobbing in the corner.
She's like, oh, my presentation didn't go well.
Yeah, exactly. My PhD committee found out, they sent me back for notes. What did you do? Baking soda volcano. And I won.
It's all about confidence.
Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents keep touting their many benefits. They grow well here, they're super nutritious, taste great, they're really versatile, and kids love their bright multicolored glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. Your parents won't let you eat until they finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options. Pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even pixie bean aquafaba dessert. Everything glows in the evening twilight. You sullenly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feast, stupid games, stupid everyone! Ah! Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love those beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry.
Or they love the beans more. Stupid parents made these stupid beans to show me how much they love beans more than me.
I'm just gonna microwave a pizza soy pod.
Yep. Soy sweets.
Screw these stupid beans. Eat your fucking pixie. If you do one thing today, you're gonna eat a spoonful of these goddamn beans.
Get it.
You want to rebel against these stupid beans, but the truth is you're too hungry to resist. You count backwards from 10 to calm yourself down so you don't... Oh, right, we're emotionally stable.
Well...
I mean, that was the perk that we always chose.
Yeah. We're great.
Make you brave and rebellious. Rebellion increases tripled. You settle on glowering at her over your plate of glowing beans. She notices, but just purses her lips and turns away from you to talk to somebody else. You shovel food into your mouth, trying not to look like you're enjoying it. It's okay, it is as delicious as everyone says, and you start to feel more human the more you eat. Right, yeah, food. Food is great. I remember being at the grocery store as like an 8 or 9-year-old. I do have memories, actually. I'm running into one of my mother's friends, and she was just buying a shopping cart full of bread. Like, she just had a shopping cart full of bread, and like... You know, they were talking, and as it turns out, she had like 4 teenage sons.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a loaf a day.
Yep. Per each. What are you doing? Toast. More toast. More peanut butter.
Yep.
You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone's in high spirits after dinner, breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute as your friends pull you into a fun, rhythmic clapping game. As your irritation fades, you wonder if this is what congruence meant when she warned you that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. I'm not out of control, you stupid computer.
I don't need to calm down. I am calm.
How dare you? How dare you?
You're not my mom.
Also, your mom isn't the boss of you. When you go back to your quarters to get ready for bed, your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Oh,
Shall we?
Yes,
Yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Please watch this ad so we can continue doing this. And we'll see you shortly. Hello, we return.
We're here.
So, this won some awards at Indiecade.
Oh.
I saw.
Okay.
Best procedural generation, or best, or now it's called systemic design, was apparently an award it won, which is interesting to me because this doesn't feel particularly procedural. But then again, that is probably the kind of statement that makes game designers head facepalm. I suppose that's my way of saying I don't understand procedural game design, or procedural. What counts as procedural?
There's like a framework. There's some sort of rules for what can go certain places, and then the computer follows those rules to make a thing, like spawning the events and stuff.
Okay.
Just checking the award. Procedural design. Yeah, I guess because like you get the cards based on what you do in the game, and then it comes up with challenges like hit a certain number.
Okay. I also assume as you go through time loops, like as you hit New Game Plus, the possibility space for what can have happened
Yeah.
and what can change starts to get like too big to plan for. But then again, there's text for all of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
And that's not procedural. Those
No.
are like scenes.
yeah, a writer had to do all of that. You find Cal and excitedly drag him into the barn where he keeps his pet dilly pillar. I figured out what she eats. Rocks. You tell Cal about the dilly pillar you saw in the plains. She's really gonna get that big? Cal breathes. He looks as worried as you feel. Cal hesitantly places the rocks before her. She takes one in her delicate little forepaws, nibbles on it, and then shoves it in her mouth. She trills and runs around in a circle, waving her paws for more. It worked, Cal crows, giving you a big hug. Thank you, Marginalia. You saved socks. I did save socks. I saved socks. Animals level 1. Upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park. Wait, we can relax in the park?
Mm-hmm. With Cal. So that award was in 2020.
Oh, okay then. I just saw it on the Steam page.
Hmm.
Nobody else wants to talk to us.
Want to see if I can find like a description of Indiecade, what they.
What they considered?
Yeah.
Oh, also we have 213 kudos.
Might as well check the store.
Yeah. Actually, what's on the notice board? Colony food shortfall, 90%, dangerously low. Colony security rating, 10%, red. Interesting. Cake. Maybe we should just start giving people things. I'm on my way to command. She stops when you don't sound amazed enough. You know, the supply depot, she clarified. It's the most important job in the whole colony. Anything that gets made here goes through me first. Mars' smug smile gets somehow even more smug. Plus, I get first pick of all the best stuff. Wow, Mars, that's amazing. You lay it on real thick. How Mars is just so cool, how everything she does is totally great, and how she's obviously the most important person in the colony. You're going to start a Mars fan club in her honor. She just laughs. Nice try, Marginalia, but thanks for the compliments. Then she just leaves, without even offering to help you get a job. Drat. Sucking up to Mars didn't work? What's next? Having to actually ask for what you want? Ugh. Maybe you could ask again later. I guess we need some kind of persuasion skill. Tutor children? You know, we've never studied the humanities. Maybe we should.
Never!
Never?
No one needs it.
I'm studying humanities. You're running late for humanities class. When you arrive, everyone is gathered in beanbags around the room's big hollow projector. Ship's computer congruence is displayed on it. She's giving today's lesson, reading an old book of Earth poetry. You sit down next to Tang and nudge her motion. And nudge her in motion. What's up with this? Tang frowns at you. Where have you been? She whispers. Ever since Professor Hal died, congruence has been teaching this class. Then she frowns at everything in general. They said everyone else who might be qualified is too busy. And no, they didn't ask me.
What's the computer now about poetry?
You wrinkle your nose. Biology and physics, sure, you tell tangent, but writing is about expression and understanding the subtleties of human connection. Suddenly, congruence's monitor swings over to you and recites, "Oh, have you all the beauty youth ever knew, that you're so vain? Less pride might serve, if even it were true, And you might gain by humbler show of graces you possess. The haughty bearing makes the charm the less.
Ooh.
Oh. Damn. Tang's eyes go wide and the class giggles at you. You're pretty sure you just got a clap back from a robot, but you can't be sure.
If only we could read!
Joke's on you. Look at all our science fair champion cards, Tang. Isn't that cool and funny?
We did it. So yeah, the text on there write-up about the reward just says, I was a teenage exocolonist wins the procedural design for the exquisite way its randomized elements work in harmony to generate meaningful stories not only of colonizing alien worlds, but also the very real travails of being a teenager. Is it travails or travail?
Travails in English, I guess.
Okay, yeah, because I just want to do the French.
Yeah. The labor.
Yeah. Teenage labor. Youth recruitment.
Let's see. We could try to bump up empathy or reasoning. Actually, is there anything that bumps up both empathy and reasoning?
No, but tutoring does empathy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One empathy.
Well, no, empathy. That is reasoning and empathy.
Oh! Get it.
All right.
Nem.
You're helping Nem with her math assignment. Nem groans, rubbing her hands down her face. I hate this. I don't want to do math. Other kids like you get to choose what they do all day, but I'm here stuck learning stupid linear algebra. It's linear algebra, but you don't correct her. I'm only here because my mom told me I gotta take more math and science classes, she grumbles. She says if I want to do anything except play sports ball all day, I need to know stuff. She smirks. Joke's on her. I only want to play sports ball. Paying attention.
Why does she look so sad? She looks like an anime protagonist that's like from the 90s.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm pretty sure, isn't that just from the Escaflowne opening?
A little bit.
Yeah, if her hair was shorter, that would just be from Escaflowne. Well, I mean, we need that card, clearly. What? No way, Marginalia. Nem punches you in the arm. Whap! When am I ever going to use linear algebra anyway? I bet I'm just going to do sports ball a lot more than I'm going to have to solve for X. No, wait, let's make a deal, she continues, leaning in. You teach me this stupid physics thing, and I teach you a cool sports ball move. Deal.
Deal.
You spend the next few hours trying to get Nem to understand the difference between an expression and an equation. She puts up a valiant attempt. By the end, you both feel confident that she's at least a little more prepared for class. True to her word, she takes you out to the sports ball pitch and kicks the sports ball at your head so many times you're forced to learn how to block it. That's Nem for you. Isn't that how you learn to block things in martial arts classes?
Yes. Muscle memory.
If you don't want to get hit, don't get hit.
Is an expression just not have an equals sign?
I think so. Now I don't remember.
Now I don't remember.
Yeah.
I also don't remember how to say 70 in French. Sorry, Spades. Like, I hope it's not urgent.
70.
Yeah.
60 and 10.
Then you go up to 420s. And then you go 420s and 10. Yeah.
70 nuts.
70s.
An equation is a relationship between two expressions. Gotcha. 5 kudos if total equals goal.
Now we get to do math.
Okay. Well, this is just 5, 10,
Done. Nailed it.
continuing to nail it. Look at all the cash we just earned.
Blobber fruit.
Nobody wants to talk to us. Situation normal. Yeah, I think empathy and reasoning is still kind of the way to go.
Let's go back to the babies.
You should have known better, Tangent. You should have known better, Tangent. You hear as you walk past the laboratory. Curious, you listen at the door. Chief Engineer Instance sighs. I know you meant well, but your presumption has cost us 3 months of work. You simply can't look at an experiment and change the parameters to...
If you start talking, it's going to start again. Okay.
Getting results is not the same as doing good science. Your findings, however scientifically interesting, are useless to us without sound methodological underpinnings. Tang's response is more subdued than you've ever heard her before. I'm sorry, Chief Engineer, she mumbles, looking down at the floor. I recognize the error of my ways. I should hope so, Instance replies, pinching the bridge of her nose with her fingers. I'll expect you in the lab first thing tomorrow morning, and I will personally supervise your work in resetting the experiment. You flatten against the wall as Instance breezes past you, barely giving you a second look as she strides down the hallway. You poke your head inside the laboratory, where Tang scowls and wipes her eyes. What do you want? Want to hang out?
Want to be best friends? What you doing?
I forget. Okay, need empathy 20 or greater. Need reasoning 20 or greater. Let's try the empathy route. I'm sure Tang will respond well to empathy.
Yeah, Tang loves feelings.
Yeah, Tang totally loves when people try to make her feel better about mistakes she has made.
I dated Tang on the first run.
She does not seem like the kind of person who's like, no, like who respects being told things are okay.
Yeah.
It'll be better the second time around.
Hey!
Tang nods. You're right. The first experiment was plagued by inefficiencies, she says, pushing herself off the lab bench. That's why I changed it in the first place. In the new experiment, I can eliminate those inefficiencies from the start. Thank you, Marginalia. You may have saved me 3 months of work.
Just why is it so... It's not you, it's this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who did that or why.
It may have been to...
We have separate scenes for different streams.
Weird.
But now I'm okay. It's no longer plaguing me.
Losing the data was my fault, Tang continues. I wanted to prove that I'm not the little kid from biology class, that I'm ready to work hard and make really great discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me. When I was a kid, and now with my mother gone, she's the only adult in this colony who sees what I could become, she says. She believes that I can be better than what I am. It's always been that way. I just really want to impress her. You will. Tang comes in agreement. I certainly hope so.
Just imagine us yelling, "Get to work!"
Goal 21, huh? This ain't great. Like, we could do 0, 1. No, this
3.
doesn't work. 3.
3, 3. That's not gonna.
That
That'll do. But now we're all stressy.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well,
it's only 1.
yeah. It's only one. Only saves us 1 stress. I just like using this card when I can. Our reasoning is high. +1 to mental cards. Nice. Nobody needs to talk to us.
Everything's good.
Looks like it.
Sports ball?
We could do sport. We haven't done sports ball in a while.
Yeah. Gotta hang with our bestie.
You're playing sports ball with Cal, Nem, and Nougat and a few other kids. Nem's team is absolutely destroying yours because Cal keeps letting in goals. Why don't you stop being a fuck up, Cal? What's her name think?
Tammy?
Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy likes people who are good at sports ball.
Or she would have.
She would have. If she didn't get electrocuted by that teddy bear.
Yeah. You chalk it up to lack of skill, but you've seen Cal in drills. He's a really good goalie when it's just him versus himself. That's why you picked him. Nem likes winning at first, but after a few innings she gets frustrated and stomps over to Cal. It's no fun if you're not trying, she shouts, waving her hands. What's wrong with you? Cal just shrugs and Nem puffs up her cheeks. Are you going easy on me because we're friends? It's not fair, you gotta do your best. But I'd rather have fun than win, Cal says, shoving his hands in his pockets. I don't mind when other people win. I like it when my friends are happy.
Ugh.
So what you're saying is that you're a loser.
Yeah, you suck.
I'm not happy, Nem stomps. I'm mad. How can I show off how good I am if you're just letting me win? They keep fighting and everyone on both teams looks at each other awkwardly, wondering if you should keep playing. Bored with the stay of game, Nougat grabs the ball and starts bouncing it on her head. Anteater, she giggles. Bush bub. Fuck. Bush bub. Camel. Dorbsmoth. She says a new animal every time it bounces, making her way through the alphabet.
I like her style.
Yeah. I mean...
But also Nem's right.
Yeah.
Cal sucks.
Does he?
Well, you're agreeing to play a game.
Yeah.
And then if you just sit there and roll over...
Yeah.
You're not being a good friend.
No. Yeah, I mean...
just want everyone to win.
Well... Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good thing when you're not in a competitive game that you've agreed to play to win.
Yep.
Let's side with Nem.
Alright.
You tell Cal to get his head in the game and play properly. He looks put out, but he nods. Nem wins anyways, but at least it's a real win. She only rubs it in your face a little bit. Yeah. Pacifism is great, but apply it to all contexts? I don't know. Actually, hold on. Nope, this isn't gonna work. Because we would want something like 3, 4... Yeah, no, let's just go with getting points.
Hey! End of the month now.
Yeah. You find Nem in the sports ball bleachers, intently focused on her hollow palm. She looks frustrated by whatever's on it. What's up? I don't know what to get Calm for his birthday, she grumbles. I have to top last year when I made up a sports ball trophy and gave it to him. She turns off her hollow palm. I'm just running out of ideas, you know? Oh, what is he like?
I don't know.
Nem shrugs. I don't know. Cool stuff? Like sports ball and defense squad stuff? She smiles and rubs her nose. He's the best brother. He always plays with me and the triplets, even if he's zonked from work. And he never gets mad or teases when I get in trouble. He's just like... Nem sits up straighter and squares her shoulders, imitating Calm. You know, Nemi, she says, lowering her voice, you have to play by the rules. Nem picks at a blue-scaled scab on her knee. I love him the most out of anyone here. I just want him to get something good.
Seems like a practical lad.
Yeah, actually. Yeah? Nem says, I was thinking that too. Like, I didn't want to get him a little kid gift, you know? Like how Mom taught us how to make stuff with macaroni and glue. The problem is, what should I get him? She continues. He can already print basically anything he needs with the nano printer.
Sunglasses.
Yeah. Cool new sunglasses.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea, Nem replies. It does get pretty bright here. She nods. All right, it's settled. I'll print him a pair of sunglasses. Nem gets so excited she headbutts a wall. Hey, Squirt, what are you doing up there? You look down at the pitch where Calm is standing with a sports ball under his arm and an easy smile. Is this knucklehead bothering you? Nem gasps, then laughs. Calm, she whines. Marginalia is my friend. We're just talking. Calm drops the sports ball to the ground and rolls it under his heel. I'm getting the team together to run some drills. They can come too. Nem looks at you, hopefully.
Yeah.
Nem cheers and scampers down the bleachers, launching herself into a full-body hug with Calm. You follow her descent more cautiously, listening to her chatter with Calm about her daily work, about her day as they walk together across the pitch. She really loves her big brother.
All right.
What shall we... We're a little stressed, but we've got Vertimnalia coming up.
Well, no, we've got Glow coming.
Oh, Glow. Right, yes. We just came through Vertimnalia, didn't we?
Should we, like, chill in the greenhouse?
Yeah, actually, let's go to the park. You and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank preserved for over 20 years aboard the Stratospheric before your mother started planting them here on Vertumna. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet.
My mother.
Yeah, my mother. Your mom brought these flower seeds from Earth, and somehow found time to cultivate them here, even though there was so much work to do on the farm. It just goes to show that there's a lot about your mom that you still don't know. It's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Let's
I love my parents.
Let's try not to be a weird shit this time.
Look, no one saw us eat the flower goo.
No. I mean, yeah.
Or make that jelly man.
Yeah.
Or get stepped on by bush bubs.
Yeah. Our hand is just like
Flat.
One finger comes out sideways. The other one is like...
Yeah. Oh no, we have been struck with flat hand.
Yeah. Oh, it's weird.
Local disease.
Totally normal. It's a teenager thing. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here, the Astrantia, your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the paths and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful.
Alright, do we want any of these to go?
I mean...
Socks?
I don't want to forget about socks.
We don't have to.
Okay. It's been a long month of being cooped up indoors while it poured rain and everything got too muddy and gross to play outside. You and the other teens are in the lounge again, and everyone's getting a little antsy. Tangent and Cal are bickering about something, and Dis must be bored enough that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. Nem is trying to do a dance she learned from watching holovids, and she's failing miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You're starting to feel a little off too. But, like, it's weird. Like, you want to yell, but at the same time you want to take off all your clothes and streak through the colony square. Nem dances a little too close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them all, and herself, clattering to the floor. Hey, watch it, Dis snaps. Dance your stupid dance somewhere else. It's not stupid, Nem sniffles from the floor. You don't have to be so mean to me. Boo-hoo, Mars teases. What are you gonna do? Dance about it? Ugh, you're all so childish. Who even cares?
You can dance about it?
Hey, everyone, just shut up, Cal exclaims from across the room. Honestly, you fight all the time. You stay inside where it's nice and dry, and you don't appreciate how hard everything else is working. You just whine. You're not better just because you work outside, Tang joins in. You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside. She opens her holopalm and flies her fingers over the screen. There, see? Next month I'll be working in geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hitting on him?
Mm-hmm.
No one asked you, Tang. Did you
Such
ask?
soft hands.
Did you ask Tang?
No.
Did you ask Tang? No. Udicott pokes her head from the command corridor. Children, keep it down. We can hear you all the way from the bridge. Everyone goes quiet for about a second and then explodes into arguing again. Udicott throws her hands in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Let's burn this mother down!
Yeah, time to go wild. We're all effed up on glow-in-the-dark beans.
Somehow the rambunctious group tumbles into your quarters. Thankfully, your parents are out. Everyone keeps fighting and it's starting to get physical. Mars and Nem get into a shoving match, and Cal and Dis join in too. Tangent yells from the sidelines, cheering when Mars knocks Nem right on her butt. Ouchie, Nem whines, still sniffling. Okay, fine. I'm sorry for knocking over your stupid nail polish. Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder. Apology accepted. You can pick them up while you're down there. She flounces onto your bed. Ugh, now I'm bored. I can't believe I'm bored of bossing people around. Wait, Dis says, jumping up. We should play Spin the Bottle. Everyone looks around in surprise that Dis suggested it, but you can tell they're all kind of into the idea. Your tummy flips over in a way that's not uncomfortable. A kissing game?
Yes. Spin.
Oh, fine. Everyone giggles nervously, but more courageous voices prevail, and soon you're grabbing a bottle to spin to sort out partners. Your palms sweat as the bottle spins on your turn. Spinning, until it falls on Dis.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. Give him a little kiss. Yeah.
Everyone hoots and hollers. Dis. But he looked completely unbothered. In fact, he looks excited. He unbuttons his shirt collar and slicks his hair back, giving you an exaggerated eyebrow wiggling come hither look that sends everyone into hysterics. What do you do? Sure. You dutifully give Dis a little peck on the mouth. It's nothing special and no one really laughs or anything. Everyone keeps playing, but the bottle never lands on you again. Mars and Tangent both get each other on their turns, making Tang go completely red as both times Mars plants a chivalrous kiss right on her lips. The next day, you all feel terrible. It feels like your arms and legs are made out of lead, and it takes so much energy to do anything. You can barely make it out of bed. All the energy from yesterday has been drained out of you, and then some. It lasts for a week. Some of you can't even get out of bed, and when you do, your moods are all over the place. Aggressive, sulky, impulsive, until your batteries run out and you just sleep for over 12 hours straight.
Ah, the life.
You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching holovids and grazing on roasted pixie beans when your dad and chief engineer Instance come storming through the door. You! Instance snaps, smacking the bowl of pixie beans out of Mars's hand. Stop eating those, this instant!
Damn it.
Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense into Instance, but your dad steps in. I'm sorry. No, wait, our dad isn't having allergies right now. I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. They're not safe for you kids to be eating. You've been feeding us poison? Mars shrieks. Oh, ew. Do my dads know you tried to kill me? Your dad spreads his hands. No, they're not. Don't worry, Mars. Calm down. They're not poison. They're just a chemical in them that hyper bonds to estrogen and testosterone, your big teenage growing hormones, and the brain likes binding to that new micromolecule a lot more than the regular kind. It's been making your moods unpredictable and causing periods of hyper and hypomania. When Mars just stares blankly at him, he laughs awkwardly. Translation, it's been making you kids act silly and feel sick. I'm sorry. Instance frowns. If it's doing this to kids, it's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Until further notice, no one is to eat a single pixie bean.
Just keep cramming them.
Your dad looks distraught. Lulu was right, he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. She didn't trust these things, but shit. She's still going to be pissed that we don't have another successful food source. You look at him in shock. You hardly ever see him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time.
Okay.
So are we going to start smoking pixie beans out back?
I think we should. I think we should at least double up on helping with the garden.
Yeah. Work on the farm?
Work on the farm.
Biology, toughness. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The geoponics domes are a comforting beacon of light during glow. While everything else is throwing off an unsettlingly alien light, the domes are stable, dependable, human. You like spending time in them, tending to the seedlings that will be transplanted into the fields in pollen. +1 to blue cards. Or actually...
Yeah.
Does it work?
Well, that one sets neighbors to 1, so
Oh.
it gets rid of your streak. So you might as well just pop the 4 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if total equals goal, though.
Oh, yep. Boom.
Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics garden with Cal and Nem when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Nem declares that she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot.
Yeah?
Yeah? You and Nem race towards the walls and scramble up so you can watch from a safe distance. Did we miss anything good? She pants. Oh, look, there's my brother. Calm, come up here. Calm looks around for the source of the voice, squinting up at you when he spots you on the walls. He yells up at you to stay put, and then the animals burst through the gate. The wood splinters in every direction and Hawkeyes pour in, quickly overwhelming the guards. Hawkeyes are small, but in large numbers they're fierce. You watch the security officers manage the chaos. They have gloves that shoot arcs of lightning, and if you watch close, you can practically see the skeletons of little animals light up from within when they're hit. Cool. Look at him go, Nem cries, cheering for her brother. Get him, Calm. Watch out. Oh, he's okay. She clutches your arm. He's so brave. I want to be cool like him when I grow up. You could really impress Nem by going down there and helping out.
Do it!
You scramble down from the walls and immediately faced with a seething wall of Hawkeyes. You kind of thought there were only a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in previous years, but there's swarms of them now. And not just Hawkeyes. Once your eyes adjust to the chaos, you can see large creatures that look like walking bushes, these wild centipede-looking things with long spider legs, and at least one giant mini-eyed thing that's hovering clear off the ground, defying gravity. They all seem to be incited into a frenzy, attacking everything in sight and trying to get through the walls. It's dark and chaotic. Calm sees you through the fray. Marginalia, he shouts, get to safety. Suddenly you're not so sure that this is a good idea, but then you look up and see Nem shouting encouragement from up on the...
Oh, we can fight bravely.
We're pretty brave. Making up with guts for what you lack in sense or skill, you charge in without a plan or a real weapon. You're immediately rammed in the side by what looks like a living pile of rocks and you go down. You see sky, then dirt, then sky again as you're tossed through the air before you land in a heap at the base of the wall. Through the ringing in your ears, you can hear Nem screaming for Calm to help. You stumble to your feet, body vibrating with adrenaline. You can feel blood trickling over your face, and it hurts like someone stabbing you in the chest when you breathe. Calm runs over and sends bolts of energy cursing from his stun gloves to the creature, but being mostly comprised of rock, it seems unfazed. It does, however, swing its head to look at him, giving you a chance to flee.
I like how he brought the sports ball.
Yeah. He's gonna sports this thing to death.
Yep.
Be a hero anyway?
Oh, yeah.
Impossible
Do
difficulty. Does this mean Like, is this gamer impossible, or is this actually
It's
impossible?
gamer impossible. And we can still give up.
Right. 85. Jesus.
Want to start throwing mush logs around?
Kind of. How many mush logs do we have?
I don't know. Bajillion. It was better when they were all 7s.
Oh, when they were all 7s?
Yeah, make them all 7s. Eh.
We're gonna log our way clear of this. That's debatable.
We're doing great. Do you want to make that yellow card red?
Kind of.
Iggy.
Is it only 3s that will do this? Wait, did that actually do anything?
It got rid of the +1, but it also is higher +1.
Right. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. We're fine. We're hip. We're happening. This is gonna be normal.
33. You can do it. Yeah, you can draw a card. Because we've got one card that's like an 8, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't it. Also not it.
Oh, that redrew the entire thing.
Yes.
Brutal. Dang it.
It's only 25 to push through.
I just wonder if we can, like... What if we made these all blue?
Sure. We did it! Impossible.
We just logged our way through and succeeded.
Just stand there starting to open our pockets.
Your broken body is leaking like a garden hose, but somehow you manage to improvise a spear out of a bit of rebar from the ever-present construction and throw yourself at the gargantuan creature. You and Calm duck and weave around the monster, him getting its attention and you jamming your spear into its armored body, looking for weak points. It seems impossible. This thing is all rock. You can feel yourself beginning to lose hold of reality, your vision fuzzing out at the edges. Finally, Calm yells, "There!" as it roars. You lunge for its snapjaw mouth and jam the spear in and up. You can feel its flesh parting as the spear lodges up in its brain cage and sticks, and the spear is ripped out of your hands as the creature howls in pain and rears up on its hind legs. With a mighty crash, it collapses to the ground. Calm limps over to you and supports you before you crumple with it. "I don't know how he did that," he says, awestruck, "but it's probably the coolest thing I've ever done in my life." "Most stupid," he laughs, "but also the coolest. Come on, let's get you to medbay, hero."
Yay!
Nice. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. "I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke," your mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The field, the lights." "Okay," your dad replies, taking her hands across the tabletop. "We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics." They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. Then he sees that you're limping, still a little loopy from the med bed. Marginalia, what happened? Are you hurt?
Enough about me. Tell me about your job.
What happened to the fields? Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed. It's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up.
Woo, 14.
All right.
Shall we take a break?
Yeah, let's. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a good time for that. Okay, we'll take a 5-minute break, and we'll see you when we get back, chat. Hello, and welcome back to Talking Simulator.
We begin our 14th year.
Look at us. We're kind of gangly and weird looking now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Definitely weren't gangly and weird looking before.
Nope.
Look at our little cheeky
Oh, our portrait. Yeah.
Oh. There's a crystal up there.
Oh, so there is. Who's going to be the most teenager of
The
this
most
group?
teenager of
Oh.
this group.
Discut her hair? Like, who's going to be, like, the ugly duckling? The one who's,
Like gets hot?
well, not even gets hot, but just, the one teenager who goes through the most awkward possible growth spurt?
Oh. You think Cal Spades? Cal gets, like, buff and, like, not a side shave, but he, like, starts braiding his hair along the side.
I'm thinking, like, have you ever seen a juvenile penguin?
A little fluffy Muppet.
Well, like, they start off fluffy as a baby, and then before they go to adult penguin, they go through a weird middle stage where they're half fluffy and half sleek black. So they just look like, they have the sleek black plumage of an adult penguin, but with tufts of fluff, baby fluff, all over them. And they're like, one leg grew faster than the other
Probably
one.
Nem, then?
Yeah, Nem, definitely. Nem.
The little floof monster that's in the sports ball field?
Yeah. Shall we go and... Wait. Oh, injured and should rest.
Yeah, we can just rest.
Let's go to the garden and rest. Relax in the park.
Oh, thank you, Hangman.
Oh, yeah, awesome. You play with your Ricky Squidly Feederson, hanging out with them just outside the walls. It's uneventful, which is exactly what you needed. You try to teach them some simple commands: stay, follow, speak. It's adorable watching them tilt their head from side to side when they're trying to figure something out. They don't really seem to get it, but you get the impression they're trying. You quickly realize the Vriki must be named after the sound they make when they're happy, a whirring clicking noise. For a weird spider tentacle creature, it's really cute.
Oh,
No,
not
these are both
those
good.
Those are perfect.
Yeah. It's your birthday. You wake up from a night of blissfully peaceful dreams. No nightmares, no premonitions, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. You stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery, quiet sunlight that seeps through the portal window. Things are always changing on Vertumna, but you can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself, too. Not just your body, but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is going to be your year. I really like how our portrait is quite clearly us posing into our holopalm.
Yeah.
We must make post. Your parents had been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They asked you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in the canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at the door. It's Auntie Seedent. She sweeps into your room in a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on your bunk. Oh, look at you, she says. Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's crèche, but all the kids still call her Auntie and still think of her as a close relative. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Marginalia, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young adult, but I want you to know I will always, always be here for you, just like your mom and dad, she says firmly.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, antecedent. She smiles and tucks an unruly lock of your hair behind your ear. I guess you're old enough to call me Aunt Anne if you like, or even just Anne.
No.
Now, come on in here, Aunt Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you see Nem standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out, and there's no hiding it behind a corner. She skips into your quarters. Happy birthday, bud, she says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me for a few months. Thanks. I thought you were on your way to medbay, Anne tells her, and Nem shrugs. Anne turns to you. Annie is supposed to get her menstruation cessation implant today, she says.
Lucky.
Mom, Nem hollers. Gross. Marginalia doesn't want to hear about my period. Anne smiles fondly at her daughter. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Annie. Getting your period is a beautiful thing. It reminds us that we have the ability to make life. It's a sign you're growing up and becoming an adult and ready to take on the responsibility of taking care of that life. Nem wrinkles her nose and throws herself on your bed. I'm never making life. Ew, pass.
But maybe one day, the two of us could.
Oh, in front of her mom? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, smooth. No.
No.
No, Nem exclaims, punching you in the arm. No, of course not. It just super sucks that now everyone's talking about how I'm becoming a woman and how I'll finally look different than my brothers. Duh. She points at you. Don't you start too. I'll still kick your ass at sports ball, even with cramps.
No. Not with cramps.
Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields and bringing in the smell of crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh, look, birthday visitors, your dad exclaims. Anne, are you staying for breakfast? Anne reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No, thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchen, seeing as I was stopping by. She pats your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Marginalia. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mom shakes her head as Anne and Nem leave. Oh, Anne, she laughs, sentimental to the core. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast, but I don't know how the colony would manage without her and the children's creche, she says, and points a fork at you. Family is more than the people that birthed you, Marginalia, and don't you forget it. Oh, a little hostile. Plant. Yeah, we depleted our reserves of log, murdering an animal.
Maybe we should go for walkies.
Ooh,
Get
good
more
point.
log.
Yeah, acquire log. Survey planes.
Yep.
Again.
Yep. Although I think we're done. We're just basically.
Yeah.
Oh, we can talk to
the Utopia.
Utopia.
Utopia is sorting through the stuff the foragers have brought back, putting them into bins to either get analyzed or taken straight to the kitchens. Hey, sweet, she says, not even looking up. You headed out? You and Dis take care of each other out there, okay? She sighs. I've got to get through all this before the day's end, she says. It'll take me all day unless you're herring to help out. Sure. Utopia lays out an assortment of mushrooms. All right, here's a simple one. Which one of these fellows is poisonous? Pick the correct ones.
Yeah.
Mushrooms? You got this. You know what kind of mushrooms are served in the canteen, and it's easy to pick them out of the assortment. Great work, sweets, Utopia exclaims, a big smile on her face. You're a regular pig. Don't worry, that's a compliment. On Earth, they used to use pigs to sniff out buried mushrooms. Go out there and dig us up some, why don't you? Finish up what you're doing on the survey team, but come back next month and I'll put you with the foragers, she says. You'll be in the Valley of Vertigo. It's one of the best places to forage for wild berries and other edibles. Sick.
Dope.
Is there anything out here to find?
There might be some more like little events and stuff, but there'll be stuff on the ground.
You've stopped to admire the light glinting off the water of a shallow circular lake when you notice some strange rocks near your feet. They're pink and red, bobbing in the shallow water at the shore. The rocks are flashing golden yellow. This one, then that one. Then a pause, then that one, then the first one again. You thought it was reflected sunlight at first, but no, the rocks themselves are glowing.
Simon.
You play a memory game with them, touching the stones in the pattern they give you. You feel emotions coming from the rocks. Affection, interest, gratefulness. Somehow you understand. They like the contact. Are they creatures or rocks? Sometimes the lines between the two can be blurry on Vertumna. They can't move, but learn about the world from creatures who pass by and touch them. Like the way animals rub to leave their scent, these rocks entice animals to play with them and leave information about the world. You get the sense they're excited for your new scent. To what end, you don't know. What's up, Dis? Very teenaged, Dis. Cool hoodie, though.
Yeah.
Dis and you are surveying together, though he's mostly just throwing rocks at things and seeing what happens. Oh, this is so boring, he complains. We've seen everything here already. The other surveyors are going to cool places like the subaqueous swamp, places that are actually dangerous.
Valley of Vertigo.
Yeah, we could go to the Valley of Vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. Dis says, it's neat, but Utopia sends people there to forage, and I just want more adventure than picking berries, you know. Dis goes back to chucking rocks and complaining. We're just here all the time, he says, even though we know everything about it. Utopia says we need to come back every year and take new readings. Quiet here and in pollen in the valley, and we have to be patient because we can't just take stuff without letting nature replenish itself. He sighs, and I mean, I get it, but it's still so boring. I want to explore other places.
Bushbub.
Gonna squish me? Squish hand? Let's do it. Card becomes 2. Card becomes 2.
Good for it.
Yeah.
What if they're all 2?
What if they're all 2?
What if they're all 2?
What if they're all 2? No.
Yeah. Then you only have to do 10.
Easy peasy.
Hey, gems.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do have gems. Nope. Okay,
Are you
we just
trying
need
to
to...
Exactsies?
No Exaxies.
No.
Only brutality.
Yeah.
Oh, the shirts are up on Fangamer?
Hey, check out your Desert Bus shirts, people.
Yeah, I assume fangamer.com/something. Actually, Dark Angel, if you drop the link in chat. Thank you, Metalupus. Fangamer.com/product/desert-bus-2022.
The number's 2022. The year.
The year. You sneak through the gloop mushes, crawling under them so the bushbub doesn't see you. Bush. I even consciously tried it that time. You nearly get stuck at one point and wonder, what if Dis has to come to rescue you? That would be so embarrassing. You find a route through and continue on your way.
Take that, Bushbub.
Drifts of spark snow make this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it and you have to work to get them free with every step. The only way forward here is through an especially deep area.
Shovel it this time.
Yeah, shovel it out of the way. Oh, so stressful. You actually don't have a shovel with you, but you find a bush you can sort of use like a broom to sweep the snow out of the way. The spark snow is lighter and floofier than you were expecting. Whacking it with your bush causes showers of pretty sparks and tiny popping noises. It takes ages to clear the path, but it's oddly satisfying. Hopefully the next surveyor through will appreciate your hard work. Thing.
Yay.
Log. A mass of dead bushes blocks your way. They have pointy spines the size of short swords, and they look very, very sharp.
Then I started blasting.
Good thing you brought a plas cutter with you. You cut a hole through the bushes and set a bunch of the surrounding forest on fire while you're at it. That'll teach those bushes to get in your way.
Pew pew.
Another bush bub. There,
I
I said
the roots.
Oh, I didn't even... It's even highlighted.
Yeah.
You're crossing a clearing when you hear a terrible cracking pounding sound. A bush bub bursts through the tree line, barreling straight towards you. Whatever's making a bush bub run, you're pretty sure you don't want to be on the business end of it.
Push this end of it.
Why would we want to bravely stand our ground? It's a stampeding animal.
Well, we can't go through unless we actually defeat it.
48, huh?
What if I told you that was entirely doable?
I would be forced to believe you. Well, we've got a third of it in round 1.
Woo!
Is this better as a pair or as a run?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't? 19 or 22. But I want it to be.
Too far.
Goal 10.
Just pull that 5 off the end and... Okay.
I mean... No. There. Finally figured it out. That was a real brain teaser. I feel tired. I need a nap now.
All right.
I'm so smart.
Look at how much kudos we have.
Yeah.
They might have changed what's in the depot. We could probably go check that after.
The creature pounds past you, its powerful stone-like gorilla arms smashing the ground. It doesn't even seem to see you, and it goes around you without even looking at you. Yeah! You look around, but there's no sign of whatever motivated the bush bub to run so fast. At least that's something to be grateful for. What's that? Go home soon. At the edge of one of the circular ponds, something sparkling catches your eye. Well, everything around here sparkles, but this thing really catches your eye. The water in the little lake is deep and milky, though, and you can't see the bottom. It's completely still, almost too still, and so perfectly circular. You remember you've been warned about getting too close to these pools. Bravery challenge.
Bravely run away.
We're gonna get our ass kicked. Goal 47, huh? Well, not great. Son of a... Are you gonna finish those edibles?
Alright. Then you gotta top it off with 15.
I think we can do that.
Well, actually, you don't even have to hit 15. So you can just dump them in.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't even, like, incentivize.
Doesn't even matter.
Super cool. And lowered stress. You aren't scared of some pond or whatever might live in it. You march up to the edge, keeping your eyes on the shiny prize, and paw around the snow looking for that shiny whatever it is. It looks like it's a pretty crystal, just sitting on the ground. Good find.
Really? No kraken?
No monster? No sea monster?
Skip that and just get resources. Get log. Get thing.
Was there...
Medicinal
Yeah, there it is. Good eyes, brain. Actually, was there something else down here?
No, just on that central island.
Okay.
But I don't think we can make it.
One of your jobs as a surveyor is to document the flora and fauna through photographs. You see a thing, a skittish flock of really long insects. Each one has 10 to 20 set of wings, like long rods with knobbly bits at regular points. They're moving so fast they're almost a blur. You've got a camera built into your holopalm, but it's not equipped to capture difficult shots like this. You'll need to put in the work. Perception? Perception. Just max points here, I think.
Yeah.
Like, nope. Set neighbors to this value. This hand is poop soup.
You can just put all of your highest value cards down and still win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Americans. You should go vote today if you haven't already. Remember, you don't vote for your best friend. You vote for someone you can bully. You climb up a tree and get an angle from above, not disturbing your subject. It comes out great. Very avant-garde. Utopia is glad for the shot. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Boo!
Hey! Now we got stuff in our pockets.
Yeah.
Want to check the depot?
Let's check the depot. Nothing really.
Nothing really. I think like the highest cost card comes out like to 200 or 300. So.
Yeah. Like we could just buy a cake.
Could just buy a cake and give it to someone on their birthday.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the worst, right?
It's not the worst. Whose birthdays do we have?
Actually, I don't know where to find that. Character traits. No. Friends. Birthday, don't know. Birthday, don't know. Tangent, don't know. Dis, don't know. Mars, we know nothing about Mars.
Dead.
Dead.
Alright, so I guess we just give it to someone.
Yeah. Or we try to, like, make friends, I guess. Hey, Mars, what's up? What do you think of my hair? Mars asks, fiddling with the end of one of the twists. I see you eyeing it. I'm growing it out. She sighs and buries her face in her hands. It's so boring here. I am literally watching my hair grow. Need persuasion 20 or higher. Tell me about working at the depot again. Oh, you want to hear more? She humphs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You know, it's a lot of work. I practically run the whole command center. Requisitions and nanoprinting are the backbone of the whole colony. Wow, she sounds like Administrator Seek. Wow, Mars, that's so amazing. You lay it on real thick. No, we need persuasion.
For what? Just to get the card that she has?
Yeah. What about you, Cal? When's your birthday, nerd? Want to hear a fun nature fact? Cool. Hawkeye facts. You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hawkeyes. Hawkeyes have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how'd they find out that hawkeyes have 3 stomachs?
How do you think, Cal?
I don't want to know. What's up, Dis? Dis is rifling through his backpack, and as you approach, he pulls out a handful of dried roots and fungus chips. There's actually a lot to eat out there, he says, looking into the wilderness. You just have to pay attention and listen. Dare you to eat this worm? Oh yeah? Discounters? Well, I double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little hawkeye. Slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. Dis eats his like a noodle, slurping it up and then wrinkling his nose as it wriggles into his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, then shows you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing. Tang looks up from her work, holding her stomach as it rumbles audibly. What? Again? Who cursed me with a mortal form? I did not ask for this. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a protein bar. The downside to requiring less sleep is that the body burns more calories while awake, she says, taking a bite. My caloric intake is much higher, similar to that of a bodybuilder, which is fitting as I do have the strongest brain in the colony. Want to study together? You and Tangent sync your holopalms and play a game together where you race to assemble a chemical compound, or race to assemble chemical compounds using a simple programming language. Oh, this is Space Chemist? Space... What was the game?
You talking about Space Cam?
Yeah, Space Chem.
Yeah, one of the Zectronics games.
Yeah. Tangent is a whiz at it and breezes through the levels, barely breaking a sweat. You can tell she's hiding a smile when she looks over your shoulder to help you with a particularly tricky algorithm. Oh. Nem wants to talk to us. You spot Nem halfway up a garrison watchtower, her legs wrapped around the scaffolding as she cranes to look over the fence through a pair of holoculars. You clear your throat and she peers down at you and waves. Marginalia, come on up here. I want to ask you something. You clamber easily up the scaffolding. Nem gives you a high five. Here, look through these, Nem says, shoving the holoculars into your hands. You raise them to your eyes and look at where she's pointing. A long ways out, much farther than the expeditions are going, you spot a dark humanoid form shape moving through the towering fungal forest. See him? Nem asks. It's Dis. I swear it is. He's always sneaking out over the walls. So what? Are you some kind of cop? Nem stares at you. So what? She repeats aghast. He's gonna get in trouble. Only if you cop on him. Well, yeah, Nem sputters, but someone should. No. The adults say we're not supposed to go outside the colony unless it's on an expedition, Nem says, taking the holoculars back and looping them around her neck. And Dis just goes wherever he wants? What if he gets hurt? What if he dies? She wrinkles her nose. What if he picks up a weird alien disease and comes back with 3 heads? Nem scratches her cheek where acne's made her skin dry and sore looking. Ow, she mutters as bits flake off. I just don't know what to do about it, she says. What do you think?
We should also have fun.
Yeah, let's go fucking party. Nem stares at you like you've turned green. What? She exclaims. Outside the colony? By ourselves? No way, nuh-uh. It'd be fun. Nem shakes her head. Nope, not even a little bit. No one would notice we were gone. Nope, nobody, nope, Nem sing-songs. Come on, live a little. Nem, come on, you're a jock.
Yeah.
Nem punches you lightly in the arm. International House of Nope, dude, she says. We're gonna die a little if we go out there. No, we really won't. The colony's got rules for a reason, Nem says, staring off into the wilderness. If we do our own thing and don't care about the rules, we're all gonna be toast. Kind of like a sports ball team. We're all doing different stuff, but we all gotta play by the same rules so we can get as many points as we can. Oh, Nem, there are no rules. Anemone! Marginalia! You look down at the ground where a passing colonist is waving up at you. You two get down from there. It's not safe. Okay, sorry, I'm on watch, Nem shouts back, indicating her loculars. She shoots you a smile. I guess we should get inside the watchtower, huh? You both climb the rest of the way to the guard platform. Nem heaves herself over the edge and reaches down to help you up, and you notice that her hands are all banged up and scabbing over with blue scales, probably from scampering all over the place the way she does. She notices you looking and laughs awkwardly. She runs her hand through her fluffy hair. Maybe if I get beat up enough, I'll have so many scales I won't have no more acne, she jokes.
Yeah, let's check her friend entry.
Yeah.
Her friend tree. Ah.
I would not have... Yeah, no, actually that makes sense for her.
Half goofy, half serious.
Yeah. She cares about, like, the things she cares about.
So are you going to give anybody the cake?
Sure. Who gets it? You know what? Mars is the person I know least about, and I'm curious about her. Have a cake, Mars. Mars takes it from you without really looking at it. Thanks.
Nailed it! And then we need to relax.
We do. Park?
Park.
Relax in the park. You visit Cal and Socks before your work shift one morning just to check up on them. As you expected, Cal has Socks out for her twice daily playtime. Hey, Marginalia, he says, waving. Look what I taught Socks to do. At his gesture, Socks stands up on her hind legs and wiggles her upper body at you like she's waving too. It's impressive. Who's a smart girl? You are. Next, Cal gestures in a circle and Socks curls up in a ball. Then he raises both hands in the air like a scary monster and Socks rears up and chitters menacingly. Cal says, pew pew, and Socks rolls over and sticks all of her feet in the air. You count at least 14 legs. Does she get lonely? Which depressing question do we want to ask Cal?
How do you find food?
Cal looks distressed. It's really hard, he admits. She eats so much right now. Tons of leaves and grasses, and those rocks, of course. I think she swallows them all together and chews it up in her guts like a float cow. Her teeth look like they all go all the way down her throat. I don't know if I can keep hiding how much food she eats, though, Cal says, sadly.
What happened?
What happened? Socks clambers up Cal's arm, almost toppling him over with her weight, and curls up across his shoulders like a scarf. She looks seriously heavy. Well, people hardly use this barn anymore, Cal says, adjusting her weight. It's just storage. Maybe she can live in the rafters. You're pretty sure your mom comes in here often as the head of geoponics, but you hold your tongue. Socks hasn't been discovered. Yet. Maybe she's really good at hiding. Does she get lonely? Cal says, looking down at the ground. I think so. She used to sleep all the time, but now she needs to run around and climb a lot more. I still come here every morning and evening to let her out, he says defensively. And she goes back into her box right away when I tell her. She's a good little dilly pillar, I promise. She knows she's not supposed to go outside without me. He pets her snout. I think maybe she's just not a baby anymore, you know? Well, we could just get rid of it too.
Yeah.
Being in the first and last place actually is not...
No.
Well, log. You can hear your dad sneeze all the way down from engineering. It's explosive, like he's trying to scare away predators. He's wiping his nose as you approach on a handkerchief blotted with shimmering pink. Lately, he's also surrounded by a fine dust of pink pollen that clings to him wherever he goes. You keep brushing the glitter off things in your quarters. He gives you a hug, then brushes pollen off your shoulder, laughing self-consciously. You haven't heard him laugh much lately. He's been working hard trying to improve the colony's food supply. He's showing signs of malnourishment, too, though your mom is worse. You're worried for both of them. Your dad's skin is kind of shiny in places. He sees you staring and rubs his hand over his arms. Sparkling dust poofs off him in little clouds scintillating in the light. Oh, yeah, that's a new symptom, he says. Seems harmless, though.
Go doctor.
Go doctor. Your dad waves you off. I will, he says placatingly. She's as busy as we are these days, so there's no sense bothering her. He flexes. He's pretty strong, though he's got nothing on your mom. And I'm doing fine, really. Your dad sniffles. Gosh, I feel like someone stuffed a whole potato pod up my nose. He says, just like I could poke a stick up there and pop fresh potato juice. Ugh, Dad, gross. He just grins. What? It's true. You follow his gaze out into the fields, into the lands outside the gate. I wonder if a forger could use an extra hand, he muses to himself. Yeah, maybe I'll join them out there tomorrow. Neither of your parents is taking proper care of themselves. They're so stressed out from the poor harvest and low food supplies. They try not to let you see it, but you can tell. Maybe your dad is right. A little seasonal illness is nothing compared to the danger of running out of food. Anyone else want to talk to us?
Did you want to go on expedition in the new place?
Yeah, that's right. Utopia's gonna let us out there, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Forage in the valley?
Yeah.
Perception and biology. Wow, those are our highest stats. Okay. What's up, Utopia? Utopia greets you warmly as you muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Marginalia, I'm glad you could make it. We need everyone we can get out here right now, boosting our food supply. Ready to sniff out those tasties? Good luck hunting out there, she says, handing you an oversized backpack. More like a basket than a pack. Use your holopalm to identify edible and medicinal plants and just throw them in here. I'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep on the lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even a little bug will get you if you're not careful. Go slow, pay attention to your surroundings. If you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. We don't call it the Valley of Vertigo for nothing. Place like this. You cheeky hop-eye, she laughed, shaking her head and vigorously waving her hands to shut you up. You making fun of my accent? Now go on, you rascal. Get. Oh, does she have a southern accent?
Probably. She can't stop us. We won't be contained.
Nope.
Ah. You're not Squidly.
Vriki are carnivores, you think, but the juveniles are too small to take out anything larger than an insect. Not so much the case with this one. The Vriki blocking your path is pretty large, probably as tall as your waist, and it's growling at you over the carcass of something even bigger, which seems to be missing its head. Gross. You're not sure if it killed or scavenged the dead animal, but it's dragged it onto the path and looks ready to fight you for it. I don't want to fight the baby.
Just punt it.
Not great, not a great start, not the greatest start, but, you know.
What if you put this 2 where the 6 is and then give it the old bobber fruit? Yeah, then we just have to do another 23.
Yeah. +1 for each gem on the locked cards. You chase the Vriki off and claim ownership of the dead animal. It's no prize, it's completely rotten. It's not even worth calling in a retrieval team. What a waste.
You again.
The path is blocked by a massive 8-legged xenofauna, something between a spider and a squid and a bear. It's in a rage, grunting furiously and bashing itself against trees and rocks at random. You duck and hide as it glares in your direction, its breath heaving and dozens of eyes gleaming with madness. It's the same soft pink and purple you recognize from the multi-legged vriki that live in this area, but so much larger. Could this be a related species? Its gaze drops from you to your pet vriki, Squidly Feederson, who chitters and runs up to it, waving its grasping tentacles. The gigantic creature huffs and leans down to sniff it, its rage forgotten.
Yeah. Take a big whiff.
The larger creature makes a chuffing noise like a tiger, a bassy, vibrating exhale that ruffles your Riki's fur. Content it's not going to eat Squidly Feederson, you keep back and let them introduce themselves. Squidly Feederson isn't intimidated in the slightest. In fact, it seems totally relaxed in the presence of this hulking beast. They touch tentacles and sniff each other, and your Vriki even curls up in the bigger one's arms for a while.
Aww.
Wait, they look just like parent and child. Is this another life phase of the Vriki? After a while, the huge Vriki leaves harmlessly. Your happier little buddy got some social time with their own species. You come across a veritable feast of berry bushes. Delicate, fluffy-leaved bushes with long blue berries. They look delicious. We'll use our massive brain!
Yeah.
Oh right, we're actually really, really, really good at this, aren't we?
A little bit.
Do we just mono 3 here?
Sure. Dump them in. Yeah.
Oh, 5 kiddos if equals total.
Bingo.
Alright, brain. Your research confirms that these blueberries are edible. You harvest the blueberries by the handful, filling your basket. When you bring them back to Utopia, she cheers. These are her favorite. They're sweet, she says, tossing you a berry. Have one. They're delicious. A line of termite-like insects crosses the path here. Curious, you follow them to their destination. A massive, sponge-like hive of crawling bugs, writhing with life. The bugs are tending to larvae nestled in the holes of the sponge, feeding on the rich royal jelly that oozes from the hive. You step in for a closer look and hear a warning hiss from above. Above the hive is a queen, whatever it is. Wait, no, she is the hive. Wait, this is a squeecher hive. Her abdomen is swollen and lodged in the ground here, rendering her immobile. But not defenseless. The hive queen groans and growls at you, and the air prickles with the burning flavor of acid. She must have some sort of defensive acid spray. That jelly looks pretty edible, though. It looks pretty tasty.
Definitely go get some. Put it in the mouth.
Delicious goo. I wonder what the first animal was to, decide that eating honey was a good idea.
Bees.
Bees? Well...
I don't know,
Yeah, I mean... True.
This is like nectar eating birds, right?
Yeah. Oof.
It's fine.
It's fine. What if we...
Yeah, you can mush it.
Yeah, let's mush it. Get mushed.
Yeah.
I mean, it did something. Kind of.
Threve.
Threve.
And then the other Threve. Yes.
37, huh? Hold on, I have a plan. There was a plan here. There was a plan. I have fucked it up.
You wanted to make a straight?
Yeah. Well, we have 18 of these.
Yeah.
Look, you.
Cursed. All right, drop the 5 and the 3 and drop those 4s in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can push through here.
You get in there and squeeze out some jelly from one of the Hive Queen's menu.
Want to take it from the top?
You get in there and squeeze out some jelly from one of the Hive Queen's many holes. Somehow managing not to get sprayed too badly by her acid. Some lands in your arm and the back of your hand and sizzles briefly, but you keep calm long enough to escape with your bounty. Milking the squeeger.
Welcome, Wesley Fawn! We just milked the squeeger.
Milking the squeeger.
It's going good.
How you doing? Keep milking that squeeger.
Don't let anyone catch you milking the squeeger.
Milking the squeeger is perfectly natural. Even nutritious.
Here, it'll make you blind.
Look, we just got our hand burned a little milking the squeeger.
It's from the acid spray.
There was just a lot of acid in the hole.
Delicious goo. You're not gonna...
Hey, buddy. He's not going to explode if we click on him in too many times like in StarCraft, will he?
No.
Okay, good.
Not that I've tried. It's back there.
What was it? Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Yeah, next event. Might be more squeegers. Oh.
A bristle slug is rooting around in the underbrush. It's like a little porcupine with no legs. Well, little is relative. It comes up to your waist, and it must be at least 100 kilograms. You've seen a few of these up at Geoponics. They're easy to catch, and their spines and berries naturally fall off and are edible. Chewy, renewable source of food, kind of like jerky. Maybe you could catch this one.
Catch it! New pet.
Jesus, 79. That's a lot.
Forest with your bonus to pairs in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Still not good enough. Are we only allowed... Oh, first collectible is free. +1 to physical red card. Oh! Please? This is not good enough. 3, 4, 5. No, wait. How did this happen? Did I drag something? I must have.
Pull that 3 out, put that 4 next to it, and then pull that 4 with a gem up. Not as good. Oh well. Although you could also scooch it to the end and get a little bit of a straight in there too.
Yeah.
That's a little better. Hey!
Okay.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Pull that 4 with the +2 next to it. Yeah!
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 And then I guess 5, 3, 2?
Yeah.
Or I guess that +1 will become a 4, so you can park it next to the other 4. But we don't need to, because we win!
We did.
We did.
We did.
We have a friend.
You're pretty sure this one is a female because it has bristles on its butt as well as on its head. Her eyes are a deep green. You think you'll call her Emerald. She seems calm in the net, like she isn't too worried about where she might be going. You crouch down with a clump of leaves and she sticks her muzzle through the net and eats them right out of your hand. Her whiskers tickle. You pat her forehead and pack her off to the geoponics barns. You could go visit there later if you like.
Hey, we can tend animals now.
Nice. Eggy! You come out of the trees into a large, grassy clearing. In the middle is a... well, you can only describe it as a pedestal. In the middle of a cradle of flowers sits a massive egg, easily larger than any egg you've seen before. It's white with red flecks, and it's just sitting there in the middle of an empty clearing, totally unprotected.
Egg?
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 Egg. You put one foot up on the pedestal to brace yourself. This thing is huge. However, as you do, the pedestal starts moving and it starts growling. Its flowering appendages unfurl to reveal the face of a manticore. It narrows its feline eyes at you and rumbles in warning as it stands to its full, terrifying height. You've figured out where the egg comes from. With your arms full of egg, you can't really fight. Your choices are limited.
Run!
Run!
Oh no, betrayed by egg.
Or do we keep this and
Pull
then
all
just
threes?
go
Yeah.
pull threes? Not great, but
Oh yeah. Yes. That'll do it.
yep. Okay.
That manicore, like, it's just like, oh, my egg!
And we're like, vroom.
Meep, meep. We didn't even get stressed.
Nope. Easy Pete. As easy as taking a baby from candy. You stumble blindly through the clearing towards the relative safety of the trees, the cumbersome egg blocking your view of your own feet. You fall a few times, just barely managing to scramble out from under the claws of the manticore. You eventually find a member of the expedition's protection squad who fires a warning shot with her plas rifle over the manticore's head. It roars in defiance and slinks into the trees. The egg's pretty addled from all the running and falling. If it was going to hatch before, it certainly won't now. You get a shit ton of kudos for it, and it's super tasty.
Scrambled that egg.
We murdered that thing's baby.
And then we ate it.
Yep. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. You're back!
Back again.
You're at lunch with your parents, sliced soy cakes and watery broth again. Great. When they put down their cutlery and look at you. Marginalia, your mom says, there's something we should tell you. We've tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know why we've been working so hard in geoponics. We're all going to die. There's a meeting after lunch and I want you to come with us.
Okay.
You follow your parents to the council room. Mars is also tagged along and you take a seat near them as your mom and Aunt Anne start to address the council. After Uticott officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food production in geoponics have failed, especially given the failure of the pixie beans. The destruction of the fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Fulu, Red questions. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with rationing, without securing a Vertumnan food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched the numbers. Your mom sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry. Geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off of soy rations. During wormhole transit, when we lost geoponics in the hull breach, she sighs again. I know I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We needed those algae tanks. We needed the microbial soil from Earth. It's not. The survival of the colony shouldn't rest on one person's shoulders. It's not fair. She's been working harder than anyone. She did everything she could. The council mumbles agreement. You decide they probably never really blamed her or your dad. The only holdout is Mars, who crosses her arms and grumbles that it's clearly a problem with leadership. So what do we do now? Instant says. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mom replies. We need to secure a food source this year, before our rations run out. We're working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folk can help if they've proven themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a holo-message later. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Uticott says. It's time we all step up, for our future. The council nods in agreement. Your stomach rumbles ominously.
Alright, it's mid-pollen, time for allergies. But we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I would love to come back to this after Desert Bus.
After Desert Bus,
if that's
we should
okay.
continue, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So next week, we won't be
Well, we'll be here.
but we won't be
Here.
We will be over at twitch.tv/desertbus.
Where we will be doing the internet fundraiser, Desert Bus for Hope.
Yep. Corey, you'll be on Zeta.
Yep, midnight to 6 a.m.
I'll be on Alpha Flight, which is noon to 6 p.m. So we're...
Literally on the opposite sides of the planet from each other.
Yep. But tune in. It runs 24 hours a day from Friday at noon.
Yeah, until we run out of money.
Probably very early the next Friday morning.
Yeah.
I don't know, sometime. I don't really keep track of how long we run.
We're guessing the 19th.
Yeah. Oh wait, Saturday? Well, it shows you how smart I am. Yeah. But it should be a great show. We do our best. We raise money for the children. But for the rest of this week, there will be normal streams going until Thursday. So stick around. At 5 p.m., the Nope lads will be here to Nope. But we're going to say goodbye now, right? Any other thoughts?
Nope.
Okay. Well, see you on the flip side, everyone.